and I'm glad that Stefan is using the summertime to actually do this campaign with us. I'll kick off with a short presentation, Stefan, if you want to just give us a brief overview of who you are, what you do, and then we'll do maskots, obviously.
Okay, so I'm Stefan Drouet. I'm the founder of Maskots. It's a venture that started 1 year and a half ago in April 2023. I've got a background of payment and travel tech for quite numerous of players, big companies like Amadeus, smaller companies, startups, and I'm in the pet tech industry now for about for about 1 year and a half. Love this industry, lot of growth, and very happy to be here to talk about it.
Good, thanks a lot. Well, let's grab the bull by the horns then. tell us about the maskots. How did it came about as an idea?
So Maskots, first of all, before thinking about pets, I was thinking more about super apps. I was amazed by super apps. I saw in Attract, and they become really the go-to app for specific topics. So I was very keen in applying the same concept in a niche market. And it was during the pandemic, and I thought about maybe that the health market was completely fragmented and disrupted. So I looked at it and thought that there was a very, very interesting market to apply it. And when we talk about health, I'm thinking about humans, but I'm thinking also about pets because I've got a cat myself. And I thought that maybe the pet market will be more simplified. And this is how I came across with the idea of applying a super app for to better manage pets. And when I started to talk about pets, I thought that the pet market was much more simpler to grasp, still very massive, but much easier to manage also, and there was less issues about sensitive data. So I tested the idea with some veterinaries that I knew because I'm not coming from a vet background. They loved the idea, tested with a couple of pets owner, and this is how the whole thing started.
Okay. That was a couple of years ago. I presume you have a pet.
I have a pet. I have a pet. I'm exactly, the kind of user that would need this app, because I don't exactly know. I didn't have all my life pets, so I don't know exactly what to do. And as the pet is aging, and I had to gather a number of data, do a number of examination, and the pet is aging. So I had to change, veterinaries and transfer the profile. And this is how, I experienced myself how difficult it is to really take good care of a pet. And
Okay.
so that's my experience with pets.
Okay, let's dive deeper into the solution and what makes it different then. It's a killer app, the only app that you will need when you have a pet. What makes it different? How do
So
you how do you go about that?
yes, if you're looking at the pet tech market, you got a lot of apps to buy food, apps to get some information. It's all generic. It's all focused on one specific aspect of the pet. And this app is completely different because the first thing you do in the app is register your pet or your pets. You can register all your furry family. What this means that we gather a number of data which are really specific to your pet, including breeds, age, plus all the medical profile. And from there, then you get really recommended action for your specific pet. And that's completely different, of course, if you have a puppy, or if you have an old aging with a dog with a lot of a sickness, of a cat, or of course, that's all depends. So the app gives you the recommended action. Second thing is the app gives you exactly an area to gather all the medical profile. And you can gather all the, the health data, but also all the prescriptions, all the interaction with vets. The third thing is we have the first pet-specific chatbot to answer any questions. And this is really amazing. I don't know if you've been using the app, but you should try it. You can ask any questions, and everybody has got very specific questions. And the chatbot answer right away. This is using GPT-4. We're going to augment GPT-4 with some specific training coming from vet sources, and it does a really superb job. So that answers to all your specific questions about your pets. The fourth thing, which is completely personalized, is a set of advice that we've gathered along the life cycle of the pet. And each of these advice have been reviewed by veterinaries, but these advice are really specific to each pet based on the age and the breed and so forth. So that's the other thing that we're providing with the app, which is the thing you should know for your specific pet as his age, his breed. It's not something generic or something you find on the internet. And this content is completely reviewed in each language by a specific vet. And the last thing is the app is also acting as a wallet, gathering all the information about your vet, including the admin stuff. So we digitalize everything. The admin stuff, the travel documents, for example, the certificates, and also including all the photos and so forth. So you can forget all your paperwork. When we interview a lot of pet owners, they tend to forget it. They tend to, especially if they have a lot of pets. So now you get everything into one profile. And you can share this profile also with your vets, or if you give your pets to take care to another professional, they can also do that.
Okay,
That's the
Stefan.
content of the app.
Okay. I see different users to this app. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you have the pet owners on the other side. Obviously, the profiles of the pets are created by the owners. But then you have also the vets on the other side that use it as a medical record, if you will, and also track everything that's there. So they are themselves users. Can you also touch a little bit about the business model and how you monetize with the app?
Correct. So on the pet side, we work in coordination with the veterinaries, right? We want to
So
make
you don't
sure
plan
that
to be a vet clinic or
we
anything
don't
like that.
plan to be a vet clinic. We plan to work with a vet clinic. There's actually two vet clinics which are partnering with us, developing, proposing the app to their clients. What the app does, it gathers, so first of all, it gives ownership to the pet owner so that it can take better care of the pets, because you don't go every other day to your veterinaries. And the other thing is it gather all the informations and share it with the pet. So you can share it by email. The vision is that we will integrate with the systems used by the veterinaries or the vet groups so that you can seamlessly also record information or exchange information with the vets. But the app, the business model is centered on the pet owner itself. So we made a very big survey, and then the pet owner were able to validate the fact that they could pay as much as, they went even much further than that, but they could pay 85% will pay €2 per pet per month. This is what they would do. So we think that, and we've been testing it, that a small subscription to the pet owner give them ownership and all this first set of services I've described, and then support the business of the vet, because the vet will now have a tool enabling them to get regular routine visit, for example, vaccination, and also capture all the information they have when they are seeing the pet. So business model, subscription-based, B2C definitely, but in coordination with vet groups. And then, so this is just the start. When interviewing the pet owner, of course, what they want to say, okay, now I've registered the pet, I know what to do. And I got all the information. Where's the food? Where's the insurance? Can you recommend me an insurance which fits exactly the pet? You got all the data for the pets. Where is my pet trainers? I'm going on holidays. I need to have someone to take care of the pet. So could you recommend a company or some people that can help me? And this is how we plan to basically grow the services. We won't do that ourselves. There's already a lot of groups and aggregators, for example, pet sitter that exist. We plan to connect them. It's a bit the same way that online travel agencies are doing with hotel chains or airline companies, for example. We plan to integrate them into the services so that we can recommend the one that fits with the pets. And this is what the app will do. So the app will offer some personalized offer later on, and also will record basically your preferred providers. If you have a preferred pet sitters, if you have a preferred food providers, or and so on and so on.
So
So
that's
that's
an
the
additional
business model.
commission-based, that's an additional commission-based revenue, basically, from
Right.
the add-on
So
services.
in this case, so we move from subscription-based to something much more elaborated. And that will be commission, that could be commission-based. There could be some other bundle, for example, that we could imagine, including some insurance partners, for example. There could be even some booking fees, for example, if we're providing a sales leads to a company. So that's how we could increase and develop some new revenue streams.
Do
And
you already work with an insurance company?
so we got a lot of interest. Actually, two big ones. I cannot say the names. I've been very interested in mascots approaching that. And actually, this is very interesting. They're interesting in two ways. First thing is to cross-sell mascots to their owners so that they can take better care of their pets. So that's a very good partnership opportunity for us to grow the mascot customer base. But this is the other way around. A mascot has got a very wide service offering because every pet owner can download mascots to basically take care of their pets. And they will be very keen in cross-selling, for example, insurance to this new pet owner because the penetration of insurance for pets in Europe, except in the UK, is very low at 10%. And the UK is 50%. So they see a potential to basically grow their customer base using mascots, which will be a proposition much larger. So that's very interesting, very interesting contacts, and we're planning to partner with them definitely.
I'd like to touch upon the technology that's behind it. As far as I'm concerned, there's 60, 65 breeds which are already, I would say, analyzed or uploaded into mascots with their different specifics, how you take care of them, etc., etc. Because uh, Cocker Spaniel is taken care of differently than a cat. So can you elaborate a little bit about the tech details? What sits behind it? How do you analyze different breeds? And obviously there are mixed breeds as well, because you have those pets.
Yeah, definitely. This is what makes it very interesting, the pets market. You got, in fact, 462 breeds, 460 breeds, 64 cats and the rest in dogs. And this is the beauty of natures. And each of them have got some specificities. You've got the same base, but some of them have got some specificities. For example, a Cavalier King Charles, you need to watch out about his heart pretty early, actually, if you want to maintain his life very long. So what we've been doing with the vets in the team is defining what we call a life cycle model, which is specific for each breed, and which will be adapted based on the sickness that you can basically identify in the pets. So that triggers some actions, and that also triggers some specific content that you need to know about this specific pet for this age. It would have been impossible to do the life cycle model without AI. So we used AI, we used OpenAI actually to gather about between 85 and 95% of the content we needed to basically describe the content you need to know at each stage. And also, we use also proprietary systems to basically define and curate this content for the life cycle of the pet. In the same times, we have, for the moment, some business rules, which depends on the breed and also the age of the pet, and also the situation, like if they have some specific sickness, to recommend very, very specific actions. That's what we call the genius systems. So it's a proprietary systems based on AI with an interface to create the content in multiple languages, and also which enable also to have a lot of business rule to define the exact actions you need to do today and based on and give you some deadline basically to execute some actions.
Okay. A little bit about that as well. Just to remind everybody, right now mascots are raising a convertible loan agreement, a 24-month convertible loan agreement at a 7% interest, and with a 20% discount at conversion. Who is backing up the startup right now? Can we say a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I've been mostly backing up the startup myself, so bringing most of the funds through different instruments, convertible loans, but also directly equities. There's also some two business angels, one actually which is about to sign at the end of this month. So large investors, which have been significant in backing of the startups. I will say also through this platform, we gather a number of small investors which are ready to invest in this campaign. And as you're talking about backup, I think I should not forget one backup, which is it's some two Spanish organization powered by European Union, which is ENISA and also Neotech. And we've been applying to get a very substantial subsidy. So ENISA gave us a certification as a startup in Spain, which, by the way, enabled to get 50% discount of investments if you are in Spain. And the second thing is the Neotech application. It's a competition, but we've got very strong chance of winning this competition, and that will be a subsidy of 325K. And they don't give that to anybody, so I believe this is a very significant backup from the European Union.
Okay, great. I've got a few more questions, but I see that Ronald is asking something about traction. Can you please talk about your achievements so far, like milestones, traction, and important key performance indicators?
Sure. So where we are now, so we are at we've launched the latest version on the beginning of July, and we have 2 vet pilots. We've got about 150 very active users. We don't want to push it too far. We want to fine-tune the product before really using marketing. I'll talk a little bit about go-to-market in a minute, but we want to push basically the user base in 2 ways. And then when we will do that after the summer, when we have the feedback, the detailed feedback from the 2 vet pilots, and everything is fine and okay. What is important is that we've done a closed beta for 3 months. Everything was positive. We've done a very big quantitative survey. Everything also was positive. 77% wanted to download the app. And now we really want to make sure that people are using it on a long-term basis after several months. That's what we're fine-tuning. For example, there's a number of things like, for example, notification we want to fine-tune so there's the right level, not too many notifications, not too few, and so forth. So to date, let's say about 150 users. The app is deployed. That was a big milestone. The app is deployed everywhere. So it's accessible through any browser. It's accessible in 175 countries on the App Store and 177 in Google.
And that was launched last month, basically.
Last month, definitely. And we see based on the vet pilots, more people, grabbing the app and adding the app and using it. So we need to analyze all this in details and make sure that everything flows well. After that, in terms of go-to-market, so we're planning to get after the first 10,000 users. That's the next big milestone. And that's coming up in September, basically September, October. This is where we're planning to push that. We've been gathering an agency which is very good in gathering basically social media campaigns. And they specialize in pets. So they've identified already some good influencers in this pet market to introduce the products. We've been also identified and agreed by Google to be pushed by them in their channels. So they will do basically the optimization, the campaign optimization for all the markets. We will just have to pay the campaign itself. And that includes, of course, Google Play. That includes, of course, the search, including also pet search.
Okay, so the money that you're trying to raise right now, it's going to be used on what exactly?
So the most important is to support this product market fit, so fine-tuning a little bit. There's still some developments or improvements we want to do to make sure that we fit perfectly to the pet owner needs and so forth. And also the acquisition of these first 10,000 users. That's the most important thing.
Okay. Cool.
Beyond that, then we're planning to have a seed round later on, and this is where we'll be developing more in terms of gathering the team.
Okay. The call to our investors, why is this a good investment opportunity? Can you give us like the 3 main aspects?
Right. Okay. Very good. The first thing is I would say this is a very big market, very interesting. The pet market is over $300 billion and really growing. We will not address it immediately because we're an app, but basically this is the market we're tapping in, and this is very interesting. You got a nice ecosystems, and I think the app will capture a significant portion of this market as we grow the service offering. So that's very interesting. So point number one, growing market. And the thing I should add on the market is that this is not yet a digital market. It's still very traditional. People are calling vet. It's reactive. This is the first app using AI in this pet market. So this is really a big market open for grab with disruption.
I would presume that vets can also make reference to the pet owners and say, listen, by the way, if you want to take care of your of your pet, you can use mascots. So that's another channel, right?
Definitely. So that's exactly what we're doing today. So in terms of go-to-market, another way to go to market is we want to give some small incentives to vets so that they can exactly do this, recommend to their clients mascots. It's good for them because they will make the clients coming back to their business. And also we will certainly prefer to pay these vets for, having this, close relationship with their customers through mascots instead of paying, for example, Google for this acquisition. So the
Okay.
first one was a massive market and open for disruption. I think the second thing, which is important, is that the app is up and running. We spend over 3,000 hours of development in the apps, a lot of testing, a lot of very serious testing at different rounds. So the ability to execute and deliver the product is there, and there's little risk in terms of, am I going to get this product out or not? Okay, so moderate risk, and then the return. I think the return is high because for the moment we are at this stage where we are fine-tuning, providing looking for product market fit and launching the first marketing campaign to have significant number of users. And this means basically that we should get the valuation that you have today is very low, and this is a very high return once we will get a significant customer base. So I think this is the right moment to apply now. Within a few months, according to plan, so there will be a much different play.
I forgot to ask about the team actually, because we see Stefan, but not the core team. Maybe we can share a little bit of information on that.
Yeah, so the team is about 10 people, let's say 10 people. They're not all employees. So the first employee was a veterinary, Clara. She's the one who's been developing the model and bringing all the content, also testing everything, including Mascots AI. We have, in fact, I've been using two startup studios in the very beginning, and they've been working very well. And at the end, I selected one, which is called Murak. They're providing a team of three. You have the head of marketing, the head of design, and also a CTO from the agency, which is dealing with all the website and all the integration with HubSpot and so forth. So that, let's say, this is the startup studio design, and marketing and product design. And then the development is done with a team that used to work very well with them in the past on some other projects. And they are developers, but the developers, let's say, very smart developers coming from the CERN. And they used to do not just applications, but also platforms and data-driven platforms, which was really very important for mascots, as we have all these genius systems. So the team is variable, but it's between 4 and 5 developers. And we have two senior developers coming from the CERN, one which is more doing the product development, the other one doing the architecture, so making all the choice on the architecture and designing the applications and the platform, and 2 to 3 other developers.
Okay.
And, yeah, sorry.
And you're right now into pilots with veterinary clinics, right?
Yeah, 2 pilot clinics. You can see that maybe I've been posting, I think, 2 small videos. So one, we had 2 home markets. The idea between 2 home market was very pragmatic, is where I had some people helping me from the beginning, some vet people that could help me develop the market easily and test it. So one in Madrid and one in France, in Brittany. And they are really pushing the app and discussing with their customers if everything is right and if we need to improve some of the stuff and so forth. So that's what we're doing now. Then each of them are part of a network of vet. So the first thing they say is when we don't want to push it too far now, but in September they start discussing with their friends to basically propagate this opportunity to that network of veterinaries. Both of them are independent. So they're part of a network of independent vet clinics. And then when we have significant user base and vet partners will go and talk to vet groups. And already started to have some contact with vet groups. For obvious reason, we prefer to have already a customer base before knocking at the door and sharing all the good ideas of mascots to these large vet groups.
Okay, you've managed to raise 35,000 from 8 investors, and we are raising till the mid-September, if I'm not mistaken, 10th of September.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. Any questions from Ronald or Sylvie? Oh, we addressed Ronald's question. Maybe you, Sylvie, if you're still here. Those updates. Yep, go ahead.
I think I'm fine. It's not really my domain, yeah.
Okay. Okay, thanks a lot. Those updates, Stefan, that you mentioned that you're raising, maybe it's a good idea to also post them in the update section of the campaign.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. This video will be available for everybody that registered but wasn't able to join today. Thanks a lot for your time. I know it's summer season, and there are more registered than actually attending, but nevertheless, as I said, if you have any questions in the discussion section, we can use that for Q&A. I'm sure it will be useful for everybody that launches the campaign online. Anything else, Stefan, that you want to share that I didn't ask?
No, I think thank you for all these good and smart questions. Yeah. Thank you very much for taking the time to learn more about mascots. Sorry for starting a bit late, but that's just another problem. And if you need more information, so happy to have further discussions, definitely.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.